Hey guys, you got Chris and Sean, and this one has kind of been in the making for the last couple days. I apologize. I've been really sick, and I know Chris was getting over it, but Chris has been powering through and made it a lot better than I did. But I'm back now. So we had a guy, one of our subscribers, and I believe his name was Michael. Let me see here what his name is. Mike Mathor, and I apologize if I butchered your name, Mike. I'll just call you Mike. One of our best friends, his name is Mike. So I'm just going to call you Mike Jones. All right. So we had a request by Mike to do a video review of Gone Girl, which I had never seen, and it kind of came up from another movie, The Girl from the Train or something like that, which I have not seen yet either.
Hasn't come out yet.
And now that I've seen this movie, I feel like a douche because I can't believe I didn't see this movie a lot sooner than
it's one of those. Yeah, you're right. It's one of those movies you're gonna get mad at yourself for, like,
man,
wow, that was actually a really good movie.
It was really good, and I'm glad that nobody, including Chris, because Chris has seen this and he refrained, because sometimes we're bad about this. If we know the other one hasn't seen something, we're just like, get that sweaty thing going where we just want to say something, but we don't, but we're bad about that. But this time, it did not happen. So, first off, once the movie starts, it kind of, and for real little background real quick, this was I believe it's a David Fincher movie. So if you guys aren't familiar with this guy, he directed Fight Club, which would probably be the biggest one he did. He also did Seven and one of the Alien 3, I believe
Alien
it was.
3,
yeah. And I'm one of the few people.
The Social Network.
Yeah, that one too, yeah. So he's kind of a veteran guy. I mean, he's still young, but he's really got his chops honed.
He has an awesome resume. To this day, the Fight Club movie, the very first DVD I ever owned. It was a gift given to me, and it's one of the reasons why I do what I do right now. It was because of that DVD, that movie.
I love that movie. There is no Tyler Durden. Tyler Durden. It was the same dude the entire movie.
The Fight Club, Social Network, man. That dude's resume is amazing.
So we look forward to seeing when he comes out. So anyway, back to Gone Girl. So the movie starts out, and I believe his name is Nick. It's Ben Affleck. And I before I even go further, real quick, I would have to say that this is probably Ben Affleck's best acted serious movie, in my opinion, that I've ever seen him. And he did a phenomenal job. He didn't have to do a whole lot. He didn't display a whole lot of emotion, but I thought he did a stand-up job.
Have you ever seen Argo?
No.
And The Town.
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, the one with the hostages.
Yes,
that was good too. But
it's right up there. If there's a top 5, I'm putting Gone Girl up there.
I thought he did a great job. I'll leave it at that. I thought he did a great job.
Yeah, we're gonna have to run down before the new Batman movie comes out. We're gonna have to run down the top 10 Ben Affleck movies.
Stop hating on Ben Affleck. Don't be a fucking hater. All right, he's got skills, man. Shit.
He's proved himself.
All right. So Nick, and they kind of, I gotta be honest with you, I kind of figured it out from the beginning that there's no way that he did this. They made him out to be the biggest asshole right from the get-go. So I was like, this is too obvious, man. Something's going on here. There's no way he did it. But then I'm like, maybe his dad did it. Yeah, like his dad. I'm like, maybe his sick ass dad, because they said they found him wanted. Maybe his dad did it. And then I'm like, no. Maybe the girlfriend did it. Maybe the sister did it. And the whole movie, I'm like, just getting that sweaty moment, like who did it? Until we find out the bitch is still alive. And I'm like, oh my god, this woman is devious. Oh, now he's no saint. Nick is no saint, but Amy, I'm sorry. You are a raging bitch in this movie. I started to hate Nick from the get-go. Yeah, he's an asshole, and he cheated and all that. I'm sorry, spoilers, guys. He cheated, but the girl was fine. The girl he was cheating on was fine.
That's the ultimate excuse.
That scene, Chris, when she. And, there were several moments in this movie where I'm just like, what are you doing, you fucking idiot? No. Like she shows up at the house during the murder investigation where he's staying with his sister. And you're like, dude, tell her to get the fuck away from the house. This is stupid. And you're like,
it has a lot of moments where you're like yelling at the screen, like, oh my God. I
what
mean,
are
just
you doing? And then she sleeps over? He not only, because, you know, she starts doing this, like, and you see the titties come out and you're like, all right, I can see why he's tempted. But then she spends the night. I'm thinking that she's going to get busted going right out the door, that the cops followed him. But then the sister was standing in the kitchen like, you asshole. And I'm like, oh, damn.
The relationship between the sister and the brother was really, really unique. You knew she had his back, but she was the one that kept it real the whole time. Like, you are a dumbass. You are stupid. Like, stop.
Really?
Like, kept pointing out, you're your own worst enemy.
Yeah, and he really was. He really was.
Yeah. And it was funny how he kept following the clues. He was one of those guys. He's one of those guys that you can tell, like, he's one of those guys, like, if he's in a lawsuit or like this, the crime of the case of the century of his life, and he knew he was innocent, and nobody believed him, but he was gonna go down swinging. It was like there was no plea. You could tell it by the way he acted throughout the whole movie. There was no, all right, how about manslaughter kind of thing. He would have rather been convicted of murder than admit that he did anything.
Oh, so, he knew he didn't do it, but at the beginning of the movie, you think maybe he did do it.
Yeah, you start to think. You start to like, okay, now Ben, you said that you bought this stuff, or you bought this thing.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this is credit card fraud. We need to find this individual.
Yeah, right, credit. Okay, all right, okay, yeah. Credit card.
Back to
like,
the
whole time, I'm looking at it from the detective's point of view. He's like, oh, okay, you just had a little disagreement. Okay, Mr. Dunne. Was it Dunne, right? It just was everything was perfectly stacked against them. You know how mad, forget man or woman, you know how mad or any person would have to be to give that much time to a plot.
Revenge. I think it took about a year or 6 months.
Yeah, that the whole thing, the times that you find yourself really yelling at the screen is when you know she's alive and she's just enjoying it. And she's just sitting there, and she's still doing little things to other people, like doing these little revenge things.
Oh man, you this Amy chick, or for me, I really genuinely hated this individual by the end of the movie. The one time, you remember when she got mugged by the rednecks? When she got mugged by the rednecks, I was like, yeah, hit that bitch. And because
you thought she was finally going to get what she deserved.
Yeah, but
the minor little hiccup in her plan.
What was the deal with the hammer?
Remind me of the scene.
So she's in the bathroom, and I think it's day 2 gone day 2 or whatever. And she goes to the little motel where the redneck people are, and it's like the first or second day the first day, and she's in the bathroom and she's like doing her shit, and then she finds a hammer and she just whacks herself in the face with a ball peen hammer.
Oh God, I remember that. I think maybe she was going to go in for surgery, get the nose done or something to change her look. I know she wanted to commit to the fact that she was going to become a whole different person. Like, she was so hurt, and I think it was about like her lifestyle was different, and she was trying to become a better person with Ben Affleck's character. And then when he shattered that image, I think she wanted to regress or become something else. I think the breaking of the nose, and Mike, correct us if we're wrong, because for all we know, he read the book and everything. I think that was all about committing to changing the image for whatever identity she was going to adapt to in the future.
I knew she was screwed when she was sitting on that boat and she's counting quarters and pennies and nickels, drinking water. I was like, oh, dude, and then she's on the phone, or right before that, she's on the phone, and I'm like, who the hell is she possibly calling? And then my mind's like, oh, she's calling Desi. She's calling that crazy fucking dude, who is crazy.
Neil Patrick Harris's character.
Stalker. Dude, that is one of the most creepy sex scenes I've ever seen in a movie.
When Neil Patrick Harris's character, Desi, started to come into effect in this movie, you were finally thinking, okay, like, now she's getting what she deserves. Now she's a prisoner. She doesn't, she can't get out. He won't let her go. She's getting, and then after a while, you start feeling bad for her because it's like, this guy is just too creepy.
But dude, you gotta admit, she set him up bad.
Oh
But then, dude, the money shot scene and that sex scene where she cuts his throat but keeps riding him so he'll come in her to get her pregnant, but he's dead while he's doing it. She cut his throat and then pushed him down, jumped on top of him, and kept riding him until his body ejaculated while he was
right. She comes back, yeah, because and
she's pregnant.
She goes to the you know what? You just blew my mind. I knew that she said that. I forgot that I thought she was lying about a baby. I forgot about the whole thing with Neil Patrick Harris.
He cuts his throat and then pushes him back on the bed and continues to ride his body after he's dead. And then after she finishes, she gets off of him. But he's dead. He's already dead. So he got her pregnant.
How does she know he came?
I guess she could feel it. I guess she could feel it.
Like, ladies, confirm.
The thought of the body being dead and then automatically you're just like, oh, that is so wrong.
The same thing that happened in the movie Clerks.
Yeah.
The body can maintain an orgasm even after death. I mean, sometimes for hours at a time. And then you see the cart being wielded and the sheet covered over, but it has a little hill.
And then, I think the videotapes are really what screwed Neil Patrick Harris, because as soon as she realized he's like filming everything, she was creeped out. And then, what was that line he said to her while she's watching? And he kept like taking her food from her, like she's trying to Haagen-Dazs, and he gives her dye for her hair. He's like, you'll feel better when you look like you. There's a gym over there, like you can work out and lose that fat and tweezer your eyebrows and look more like you again. I can't wait to meet the you again. It's like. And then he's like, I won't force myself upon you. He actually said that to her, and she's just like,
kind of letting her know that anytime it could happen. Yeah. Anytime I feel like it,
Dude, Neil Patrick looked like a crackhead in this movie, dude. His cheeks were like.
Oh yeah, he was super creepy in this one, but he delivers. He's a great actor, and everybody did a great job. And it just goes back to the great directing. This director pulls the best out of everyone in every movie that I've seen. Let's go back. I'm gonna go back to Social Network. Even there's people who don't like our new Lex Luthor, but even in the Social Network, we got a brilliant performance from Jesse Eisenberg in that movie. So it all comes back down to this director. I mean, hit after hit after hit. Panic Room as well. I mean, you got a lot of great movies in this Rolodex, and so that's. I'm not surprised how well that you liked it so much.
Oh yeah, I thought it was great. Like, I felt really stupid. I was like, man, I kind of wish I had seen this on the big screen a little bit. It was like.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that I was. I wish I would have seen it if I'd have known then what I know now. I would have gone to see it at the big screen. But I'm kind of glad that I was alone, isolated with my TV, because it was one of those movies where you're like yelling,
I'm like, get this bitch out of the house, dude! You're under a murder investigation and you're fucking this bitch. You crazy?
She comes back. Come on, the best line of the movie when she returns. When she returns and faints in his arms.
Did you hear what he said? What he said to her is like, "You fucking bitch," and she goes, "Oh,
catch me!" I would not have touched her. I would not have touched her. She'd have dropped, and I'd.
I was yelling at the screen. Actually, true story. When they took her out of the hospital, I'm like, them bitches didn't even have the decency to clean the blood off of her. Nothing. They didn't give her a shower.
I don't know.
I mean, like, head to fucking toe in blood.
You mean at the end when she showed up bloody?
No, when she was in the hospital. They sent her back because remember they had the shower scene with him and her. They sent her home from the hospital covered in the blood. Still, it's like cleaning the bitch. I know that sounds stupid. It's like, really? They should have cleaned that bitch up.
I don't know, man. She could have requested that maybe so she can be in control of what happens to the blood and all. I don't know. I mean, everything she did was perfectly calculated. It was probably.
I'd been in the back going, "Give this bitch a shower."
Oh man. So I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you finally got a chance to check it out, man. The movie was okay. After everything that you saw overall, what rating would you give a 1 out of 5 or 1 to 10? What's your overall rating for this movie?
I would say it's a strong 8, high 8 out of 10.
High 8 out of 10. I'm gonna say about 8.5. I mean, it's damn near. I mean, it's it's hard for me to give a 10 to anything.
Right? Yeah.
I don't want to saturate them and just say everything's a damn 10 because then what's a 10?
Yeah.
But it's close. So me saying 8.5, anywhere near 9 is almost me saying 10.
I didn't get the satisfaction of seeing that woman get hers at the end. Like I just wanted her to.
People are speculating whether or not there should be a sequel, and if we should come back to this family now that there's a baby involved and things like that. So it's like, or just leave it open the way it is.
Just leave it.
Pissed off.
Yeah, just leave it.
You don't want to revisit this one again. You might shake the TV and
it's done. That's the beautiful thing about it is it leaves you irritated. And you're like, this bitch never got. Oh, and you remember when she showed him the pregnancy test, he was like, I want a blood test. I want a I guess he didn't follow through with that and they didn't get it tested because that'd be the first damn time. That shit ain't my baby. You crazy?
Exactly. I mean, who knows to where this would go but you're right. If there's a sequel, I would watch it, but it's almost perfect that it isn't a sequel. It's a compliment to what's her name, the actress, what's her name, Rosamund Pike, who played Amy Dunne.
Rosamund Pike.
She did such a good job in making you hate her.
Oh my god!
I mean, it's a compliment to her. She's nothing like this character, but she delivered it so good. You're like, oh man, I hope she's not like typecasting this. Like, I would put you in this next Marvel movie, but you were such a bitch.
You know, like I hate to say it, you almost wish that like she got AIDS from Desi or something. You know, like,
oh man,
you're pregnant, but you also have HIV. You know, just a little something at the end, man. For some reason, people that cruel and that mean, and that usually. For some reason, the universe protects them. They get away with everything. She's getting away with murder. She's getting away with it. She's gonna be fine. And it's always like fucking Hitler.
Yeah, she's like, well, he didn't make it, but
he went out on his own terms.
Yeah, but there's always people out there in the universe that just no matter what they do, they always seem to get away with it. But I feel like she's one of these people. So, oh well.
All right.
I give it an 8.5. I loved it. I gave from acting to writing to directing, editing, sound, every tone. Tyler Perry even blew me away with his.
Who did the music for that movie? It's kind of subtle. Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails.
Really?
Yeah.
That tells me a lot too. This whole tone. Did you know about the controversy that was being done? Okay, so when Ben Affleck was in the airport, he had the Mets hat.
Yeah.
In the book, it was a Yankees hat. And if you know anything about, they had to, because he wasn't going to wear a Yankees hat, because he's a Boston boy. He's not going to. And the writer was like, well, that's what I wrote. This character is from New York. You're an actor. And he's like, I don't care. You don't know what this will do to me. My fans, like who I am, my fans, my friends and family and my fans, they know who I am.
Like, put the fucking hat on, like, you dildo.
And he said, no. He's like, all right. He told the director to his face, I am not putting that fucking hat on. You're gonna have to figure something out. Like, let it be a Boston hat. And he's like, no, my character isn't from Boston. He's from New York. Let's compromise. Let's make it how about a Mets hat? And they were like, fine, I can live with that. And he got to where instead of but if it would have been Yankees, because of that rivalry, if it would have been Yankees, because the movie would have been a great movie and that would have come and gone. But his hardcore fans from Boston, they would have never forgave. He would have been hearing, they're like, oh, you mean the guy who wore the damn Yankees hat on Gone Girl? He's our new Batman. He would have never heard the end of it. And he knew it, and they understood. And they let it slide. They met in the middle, Mets hat, and that's what we got. But that was an ad lib. That was a
I'm not wearing the Yankees hat. You know why?
He did not do it
because I'm Batman.
That would have been the ultimate thing to say right there. I'm not wearing this fucking hat. Why? Because I'm Batman. And the name shows up.
All right, guys. So that was our opinion on Gone Girl. If you got any suggestions, click like, subscribe, leave any comments, or if you want us to review anything specific, throw it our way. We'll do our best to make all that happen.